Hey, good evening, everybody. Hey, welcome to another episode of Kitchen Table Conversations, where I am your host, Rodney Pelt. Y'all come on in, like and share this live stream this evening. Let's talk. Let's have a good conversation. Um, I need you to like and share, and let the world know that we are on. I don't know why this is not doing right. Nothing. Let the world know that we are on and we are here. We are live. We are ready to interact and engage with you on this Monday evening, August the 30th. How's everybody doing? Now, come on, talk to me. Let's get this thing to rocking and rolling. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We are going to be talking a lot about um, what's going on here locally. And I guess across the country in our communities, we're really gonna be talking about why we allow so much nonsense in our community, why we let things slide, why we try to let things pass over to keep the temperature down, why we allow others to dictate our reactions to their actions instead of us always leading the narrative and leading the conversation. So let's get in on that. How's everybody doing? Y'all come on, talk to me, y'all. The people that's watching, 5 of y'all that's on, let's talk to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's chat it up. Let's chop it up because we got a lot to talk about. The conversation is going to go about 2 or 3 different directions tonight. We're going to talk about the video. I know y'all want to talk about the video that was posted last Friday morning by someone locally. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about things that's happening in our community. Another video that I saw that kind of disturbed me, not because of what happened. Well, it disturbed me because of what happened, but it disturbed me how the surrounding communities reacted to what happened and the lack thereof. So we can have that conversation. If you want to call in, our lines are always open, free, and clear. 205-242-1957. So call in and let's engage. I know I look rough. I'm sorry. Hadn't had a haircut in 2 weeks. Getting over the COVID. I think I'm probably about 90% back. I got my taste and my smell back. Never lost my appetite. I just really was a real bad sinus headache. I attribute all that to having the vaccine. I attribute to me recovering and not having COVID as bad as I've heard it have been to others because of me having the vaccine. I think it really didn't affect me in a bad state, such a bad state. Have I seen others, it affect others. So y'all come on in, like and share. I don't know if anybody's commenting or not. I don't know if my screen is doing right. I'm not here, but I'm gonna get on my phone and I'm gonna see. Yeah. So y'all come on in, man. Let's have this conversation. I'm not here, nobody come in. So y'all come on in, like and share, call your friends. So we're gonna have a nice little conversation tonight. It's not gonna be too long, because I know everybody got a lot of stuff going on. School getting back in tomorrow. Hope everybody was safe during this Ida hurricane tropical storm that's coming through right now. I'm hoping everybody taking all the precautions you need to. Don't drive, you don't have to. If turn around, don't drown, as they say. Turn around, don't drown. So yeah, it'll be good. So y'all come on in, like and share. Come on in, like and share. Let's get right. We're gonna get right into this. Now the reason why I posted the way I did. Let's have a conversation about why do our community allow so much nonsense. Now, first I want to go with this saying, okay, let's talk about. I know y'all want to call in and stuff, so call in and talk to me. Let's talk about the video that the young man posted. Well, that was posted of the young man saying some disparaging things. I know people saying, well, that was last week. Stop talking about that. No, but it's a lingering issue that we need to have a conversation about. And we need to have a real conversation about on both sides of the coin. On the side of the young man saying the remarks, and on the side of the people that the remarks was said about. So what I want to say is we need to have a truthful, hard conversation, because those comments, that statement, a comment that was made, was directly from the way a person understood and thought. And it comes with maturity. It comes with maturity. I'm gonna play a little clip about maturity that I was watching earlier. It comes with maturity. That young man, I'm not saying nothing negative about him because I don't know him personally, but we have to be leery what comes out of our mouth, and that comes with maturity. As we get older and we progress and get mature as adults, we know what we can and can't say and what we should and shouldn't say. So when he said what he said, I think that was more of a lack of immaturity on his part, and maybe a lack of not understanding the plight of a certain community or a certain group of people. So that comes with maturity. You had to understand who you're talking about and why you're talking about it, unless you just don't care. I don't think that he don't care. I think he just don't understand. Is not mature enough to understand. So that's when we have to have that conversation. That's when we had to have that conversation with him, the adults in his life, his teammates, his coaches, his teachers, his principal, even his community, to understand the effects and the ramifications of the statements that you make. And also understand the plight of the people you're talking about. Now, the reason why I'm keeping the conversation going is because that if those comments was anchored, spurred in sent in a way to just say the LGBTQ community, we would have absolutely been in a uproar, regardless of what was said. If it was to a Jewish sector community, it would be in an uproar. If it was to a Muslim community, it would have been an uproar. If it was attributed to a certain ideology when it comes to politics, it would have been an uproar. So that's why I say we cannot allow things like this to fester or slide in our community, because we deserve just as much respect as those other respected communities. We deserve the utmost respect because of not only the plight that our people went through over years and still going through, but also the struggle that continues today. The marginalization of said community, the uneducated or under-resourced areas in that community. Those conversations need to be addressed with people that say those remarks of them. And a lot of people say, oh, that was just unjust. It was just football talk. It was just trash talk. No, that is not how you trash talk. You trash talk say, hey, your running back slow is molasses, or your team ain't beat us in 5 years, we won't beat you again. Or your mascot is ugly or something like that. Your running back is no good. You ain't never did nothing. You'll never made the playoffs, blah, 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 because you can't beat us. That's trash talk. But when you take it to a level such as it was taken, then that's when we had to have a conversation about your ideas and ideology. That's when we had to have a conversation about what you really think about this community. Because that it's a teachable moment. I was talking to somebody today because it's a teachable moment on both parts. But it was a teachable moment, especially on his part, because as we've seen that cancel culture is real, and also video never dies. We seen that the young man, I can't think of his name, had got the job for Jeopardy, right? After Trebek passed away, they went through this whole thing, and the executive producer, whoever, just got the job for Jeopardy, right? So they pulled up clips from his podcast and what have you from years ago, and brought out some dispersion marks he made 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. Here it is that cost him his job. So now we need to start letting our children know and our young men and young women know that everything you say matters. Everything you say has consequences. Now, in this incident, consequences was 2 games, blah, blah, blah. But it's a bigger conversation we need to have about his ideology and his thinking of what he really said. And the consequences of what he said can not only linger throughout this school year, but can linger out through his life. Because one thing I know, video don't die. What you say don't go away just because, oh, it's okay, kumbaya, we good. Right? So I suggest, if anybody watching this, I suggest somebody put together a forum or somebody put together, I was talking to somebody today to try and do something like that, similar to it. But we need to really start teaching our young folks about sensitivity. Sensitivity to other races, sensitivity to other communities, sensitivity to other neighborhoods. Not that we're weaker as a people, but now we have the mental capability to understand the plight of different communities. And we need to understand that plight, appreciate that plight, and not be a hindrance to that community. Because simple as being said, that those statements could have started a whole different incident. Those statements could have started something way bigger than any of us can control in our little small market we call Tuscaloosa. So we had to have that conversation, not only with him, but his teammates, his teachers, his coaches, his community, because that just didn't come from saying a rah-rah speech on the back of a car. That came of something he believes or he's heard others say or something he sees. Now, just because one community is not as affluent as the other one doesn't make it a shitty community. Just because one community don't have million dollar homes or a lake or the best of this or the best of that does not make that a bad community. It might even be that other community is better than the $1 million home community. You know, so those are conversations we need to have. Y'all talk to me. Give me a call, 205-242-1957. And we can really discuss this and break it down if you want to. Or not, you can just listen to me talk for another 20, 25 minutes and I can move on. So, but like I said, that comes with maturity, and hopefully somebody, some way we can sit down and have this open and honest conversation about sensitivity when it comes to talking about other people's in a disparaging way. You know, yeah, comes with maturity. So watch this clip real quick, and then I'm gonna come back.
Towards maturity. And the reason why there's got to be a movement towards maturity, because nobody seems to know what it is. The columnist Ann Landers said that maturity, I need you to hear this, maturity means to be able to stick with a job until it is finished, to bear an injustice without trying to get even, to be able to carry money without spending it, and to do your duty without being supervised. That's maturity. The poet Samuel Ullman said maturity is the ability to think, to speak, and to act on your feelings without ever becoming undignified. That's maturity.
The ability to think, speak, and act on your feelings without losing your dignity. To think and act on your feelings without losing your dignity. Now, if that young man would have knew that, I had been taught that, or understood what being mature is, those statements would have never been made. If somebody in his inner circle would have told him that, just those simple few lines, those things wouldn't have been said. Because if we look back over the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years, it's always something between that school and that school. And I'm not going to name those schools. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those two different communities. How about that? Let me say that. Went from the painting of the football field and to other disparaging remarks to this. Every year for the last 2, 3, 4 years, I don't know. Somebody has to have that conversation with said community. Somebody has to say, hey, you need to be more mature in your thinking so your action can reflect what you say. Because if not, we're always going to have these incidents in our community. You know, people say, oh, that's not racist. It all boils down to a level of thinking in your ideology. That's what racism is all about. And not saying there was a racist remark or anything like that, but I still say we have to be cognizant of the words that come out of our mouth. We have to teach our children that. We have to teach our young folks to think before you act. To take a few seconds to think before you speak. Even in the height, if being mature, like that was said, being mature in the height of your passion, in the height of an argument, in the height of a discussion, you're still able to rationalize your words that won't hurt somebody or some community. That's what being mature is. And that's the conversation we need to have across the board. Because if not, something else going to be said and we might not be able to cool the temperature down. And then something stupid happens. Because everybody can't react the right way to a certain situation. We teach our kids all the time about reactions. About reacting to your speak or reacting to what's going on to you. Don't never let people dictate your reactions. But do we ever tell people, hey, you shouldn't say that. You should think before you say that. So we have to do that. We have to be cognizant of that. We have to learn and be mature enough in our thinking, our speaking to not offend the community or a certain sect of people. All right. So whoever listening or watching on replay, please try to set that up in the community. I was talking to somebody today. Hopefully it can be set up soon. But I think it really needs to be a conversation that's said with that community. Because if not, the next time it might not be so just football talk. You remember when the whole thing with Trump came out about grabbing women and all that, and they say it was just locker room talk and how it was pushed up on the rug? We don't allow it. We're not going to allow this no more in our communities. We're not going to allow locker room talk just to be pushed up on the rug when it comes to disparaging remarks about a sect of people. Okay? All right. I'm just saying. And hopefully we can have that conversation on both sides of the aisle and have a real understanding conversation and not just say, okay, slap on the wrist, don't say that no more. No, we need to understand why you shouldn't say that, why you shouldn't do that, why you shouldn't react this way. Because if not, next time, the penalty is going to be harsher. All right. So now let's get into, since y'all don't want to talk to me, I'm going to just do all the talking myself. Let's get into this COVID. I got something funny. Really. I posted it on Instagram and I posted it in my story the other day. Me suffering with COVID, I was always a big proponent of vaccines and wearing your mask and all that. And I don't know how I got it or where I contracted it. I don't know tracing. I can't figure it out at all. About 10,000 people have told me where I got it from, but you know, it's just part of one of those things that I love my community so much and I do so much. I kind of took for granted that the COVID, I guess, the vaccine, I guess, would protect me all the way around to the things and a lot of stuff that I did. I didn't have my mask on. I was around people, you know, loving on people. And that was very irresponsible of me. I can say that. So yeah. So I got something funny, guys, that y'all gonna laugh if you hadn't seen it. Hope you watch it now. I got it off TikTok. It was hilarious. So watch this and we'll come back in a few seconds.
Hear the music. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Word, no that mask.
Marquis, baby.
Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Put on that mask. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Put on that mask. It is very important. Put on that mask. Put on that mask. Put on that mask. It is very important. And stop lying, telling people you vaccinated, and you know dang on well you ain't vaccinated. You over trying to get people sick. Trying to get people sick. You over trying to get people sick. People sick. People sick. You over trying to get people sick. Trying to get people sick. You over trying to get people sick. People sick. People sick. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Put on that mask. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Put on that mask.
That was so funny. I don't care what nobody say. That is so funny. That need to be a PSA that's sent across the nation. That is super funny. Wear your mask, guys. Please. Wear your mask. Please, 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 please. Wear your mask. It is very important that you wear your mask. We've seen these numbers across the board go crazy. When it comes to in our schools, especially, we got one of the local schools actually had to go to a mandate for 2 weeks, a week or so, because of the rising numbers in the school. What I don't know why this whole school board didn't do that. Didn't make sense to me. But one school especially went to a mask mandate because the numbers are skyrocketing. So yeah, wear your mask, guys. Make sure when you're in crowds, social distance, you're around people, you travel, wear your mask. Wear your mask. Get the vaccine, because all I had was a bad sinus infection. It did me down. It did me dirty for about 3 days. Headaches, sinus congestion, and all that. And I kind of still a little bit stopped up in my head, but I'm fine now. But yeah, wear your mask, guys. Please, please get the vaccine and wear your mask. I know it's plenty of opportunities for you to go get your vaccine here in the city of Tuscaloosa and other counties. I think Wiley, you can go to Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, different your urgent care centers, your doctors. Go get the vaccine, please. It can literally save your life. It can literally save your life. I don't care the anti-vaxxers or the people that say, hey, vaccine ain't gonna save your life. 900 and some odd people died the other day in Florida from COVID. And 99.5, 8, 9% of them was unvaccinated. Go get the vaccine, people. Please go get vaccinated. It can literally save your life. Please, please. Now, on to my second talking point. Since I'm going to do all the talking tonight, nobody going to talk with me, but I'm glad y'all watching. Really why I put that title in there, why we allow so much in our communities, is because I saw a video, I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday or the day before yesterday. It might have been yesterday. That we had a murder here in the city of Tuscaloosa, another murder. And it was in a certain area in Tuscaloosa. And whoever was live, I don't know who it was, somebody went live with a live video of the police reacting, searching for the suspects and all this kind of stuff. And people was on the live talking, and 90% of the discussion was not about finding who killed the person, but we don't snitch. Even somebody said, well, I know who did. They ran that way. And blah, blah, blah. They was in his car, such and such. But the whole thing was, we ain't snitching. We ain't telling it. We ain't no snitch around here. We, no snitch policy. So when did we get to the point? And I understand no snitching to a degree. But when did we get to a point that we allow anything to operate in our communities with impunity and we be okay with it? When did we get to the point of African American, black, I'm gonna just say black community, that we allow people to traffic drugs, shoot, murder, kill, fight, rape? Yeah, I said it. Drink in front of kids, smoke drugs in front of kids, do drugs in front of kids, do all kind of stuff. When did we let all these things happen in our communities in front of our eyes, and we just say, okay, okay? When did we get to that point? When did it get so bad that we just say, well, I ain't gonna snitch on nobody, I ain't gonna tell on nobody, but they can just come to our communities, kill folks, shoot up houses, sell drugs on our streets, and do all they can do to destroy our community, and we not go to the authorities and tell people because I'm scared? But you can be the next one they kill, or your grandmother, or your sons, or your daughters, or your friends, or your relatives, or your mama. Your house can get shot up next. Or your little son could be out there selling drugs, or daughter can get raped, or a child can get hurt or abused and stuff in the communities. But you don't want to snitch. I want to understand, when did we get to that point and we allow all kind of nonsense to happen in our communities and we not be on the front line trying to stop it? When did we become numb to it? That's what I want. That's really what I want to talk to y'all about tonight. When did we become numb to it? When did we become numb to the violence in our communities that we don't even care no more? When did we say, oh, that's just the hood, or that's just the coat, or that's just this area, or this street? But your street has been terrorized for years by outsiders, pretty much by people that don't even live there. Terrorized months, years on end, time and time again, from the murders, the drugs, the shootings, the this, to that, the robberies. And you never say enough is enough. When are we going to take back our communities? When are we going to stand up and say no more? When are we going to stand up and say no more? Yes, officer, I saw him shoot him. Now lock him up. Or I saw him do this to her. Or I saw her do this to her. I saw this, I saw that. They ride in these cars. They come through here looking like this. They stand down there and sell drugs. They do this. You scared of somebody coming back at you? But they're going to come back anyway. They're going to come back anyway. They're going to come back and continue to terrorize. They're going to come back and continue to shoot. They're going to come back to continue to kill. They're going to come back to continue to sell drugs. They're going to come back to continue to rape your daughters or your nieces. Shoot your sons. Get your sons addicted to drugs, gangs. They're going to continue to do it anyway. So why not try to stop it? Why not say enough is enough in this community? We will not have this in this community. And eventually, promise you, if you lock enough of their butts up, they'll say, man, we ain't going on. Them folks over there, true, they tell everything. Go to your city councilman. If you don't, okay, if you don't want to tell it, they got the secret hotline or whatever. They got the people you called or whatever, and they won't tell you who it is. Go to your city council and say, city council, sir, yes, we need a camera on this corner because this is what they do on this corner. We need a camera in that section of the neighborhood because this is what they do in this section of the neighborhood. That's how you stop stuff in your neighborhoods. That's how you can live peacefully. You can sit on your porch and not to worry about nobody run down and shoot down the street shooting. You can play with your kids and y'all ain't got to worry about nobody running behind somebody and shooting them, or worrying about your kids watching other people do drugs, sell drugs, and think it's okay. because behavior is formed at home or in your immediate vicinity. If the kids think it's okay, how you think they're gonna react? If they think it's okay to see Billy Bob stand on the corner smoking weed every day, not doing nothing, selling drugs, you not saying nothing, you not doing nothing about it, how you think those kids their behavior is going to change towards that? They're gonna be saying, well, ain't nothing wrong with it. I might well do it too. So we have to stop thinking everything is okay in our neighborhoods. We have to take our neighborhoods back. We have to take our community back, street by street, house by house, door by door. Go to your city council, go to your county commission, go to your police chief, call the hotline, do whatever you got to do. Oh boy, when I started talking about that, my views went all the way down. But it's okay. It's okay. Maybe you'll watch it on replay. It's okay. But we have to, I'm telling you, we have to take our communities back. That's the only way we're going to stymie some of this crime that's happening. Because if we can continue to let people operate with impunity in our communities, it's going to happen. People can talk about, oh, you need to stop the shootings, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Ain't none of it going to stop it till we say, hey, enough is enough. And I'm not talking about going out talking to nobody. I'm not talking about mentoring. I'm not talking about taking one child or each one teach one, all that. No, I'm talking about saying enough is enough of the bull crap. Do whatever you got to do in your community to stop it. Do whatever you got to do in your community to stop it. And there's ways to stop everything. Speed bumps, that stops a lot of traffic. Cameras, that stops a lot of traffic. Cutting overgrown lawns and grass, picking up trash in your neighborhoods, telling people about parking abandoned cars, let's get them out the neighborhoods, different things like that. All that goes into taking your communities back. The abandoned houses, let's knock them down, board them up. Don't even board them up, knock them down. It's ways to do things. Talk to your police. Hey, can we get an extra patrol around these times? Get on a secret hotline. Call somebody. Hey, this is happening over in this corner. Watch it. We need more street lights. We need more LED lights on our street because our street is too dark. When people come down our street, they just want to hang out. Light it up. It's things to do. You got city council people, county commission, in all communities, not just in Tuscaloosa. It's communities everywhere. But it's more prevalent in our communities. So we got to stop allowing others to operate with impunity in our communities and think it's okay, because it's not okay. Take your communities back. Take your neighborhoods back. Street by street, house by house, block by block. Let's make it happen. So that's my spiel for today, guys. I've been on 35 minutes. Anybody want to talk to me? I appreciate y'all giving me this time this evening. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a great week. Stay safe. Turn around, don't drown. Make sure you're taking your vaccines. Make sure you're wearing your mask. Make sure your children are wearing your mask at school. Make sure you sanitize your hands. Let's make sure we take every effort to stay alive. How about that? Because it's all about living a long, prosperous life. And last before I go, it's a program. I can't think of the name of it. So if y'all adults are watching, if you got like a freshman, sophomore in high school, inquire about the workforce program, getting your kid involved in that. If they don't, even if they want to go to college or play sports or do something else with their life, then do a trade or something. Get them involved in it, because kids are graduating now with all kind of certifications coming out of these programs, out of TCTA, that can go on the job making $20, $25 an hour. Or going on and getting into apprenticeship programs that's making gobbles amount of money, teaching them about business, finance, and stuff like that. Teaching them about starting their own businesses, getting some kind of skill trade, apprenticeship programs. Also, Skill Trades of West Alabama, they have a great program right there at the old, I need batteries in all my smoke detectors. Right there at the bus shop. I guess that's what it is. Toledo City Bus Shop. Check that out. Skilled Trades of West Alabama. It's apprenticeship programs that adults can get involved in. I think it's just 17, 18 and older. Courses only a few months. Man, you get out making great salaries, traveling, doing different things. I know one of my young men, I'm not gonna call his name, that was in our mentoring program as a welder now. I think he's working in Michigan somewhere and is making a great living for himself, helping his mom, granddad, all them. He's doing a great thing, but it all started with a idea, hey man, try this out. And then he fell in love with it, boom. So guys, if you got a high school freshman, sophomore, even junior, get them into inquire. Call Central, Northbridge, Bryan, whatever school they go to. Call them, say, hey, listen, I want to inquire about this program, about your kid getting into this program. And tell them just try it. Try it. Please try it. I guarantee it won't hurt. It won't hurt to try it. And also on September 19th, I think, September 19th at Stillman College from 2 to 4, we have Take a Swing for Mental Health. It's a good event that's going to go on. We'll be telling y'all more about it, putting out information about it. I think the community is invited. I know it's for Stillman, but the community is invited. So, hey, man, come out that day. But we'll be putting out more information about it. It's a great cause for mental health. So, yeah, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like and share. Please like and share. And I want to laugh one more time, and then I'm going to log off. So we'll see y'all next week with Kitchen Table Conversation. Remember, take your communities back. Bye, y'all.
Hear the music.
Word, no math. Word, no math. Word, no math. On that math. Word, no math. Word, no math. Word, no math. On that math.
Marquis, baby.
Word, no math. Word, no math. Word, no math. On that math. Word, no math. Word, no math. Word, no math. On that math. It is very important on that math. On that math.